For the past couple of years, we at Outdoor Life have been gushing about Marlin, which has been revitalized under the stewardship of Ruger, which purchased them from bankruptcy a couple years ago. The guns that they are producing are frankly the best Marlin lever actions ever produced under the brand's name. The quality and fit and finish and the execution of the platforms of these new Marlins has just been superlative. They've come out with a number of different models, ones that are very kind of traditional and old school looking, and then things that are more modern and kind of trendy. And a great example is this 1895 Dark, which they've just introduced this year and has been one of the darlings of the test. This 4570 has a very different look, but it's still incredibly functional. It has this really cool forend with QD attachment points, a lot of M-lock slots. It comes with a really good fiber optic sight ghost ring system, but as you can see, it's got a Picatinny rail so you can mount an optic on it. And new for Marlin, it comes with a synthetic stock that also has QD attachment points. It's a really cool go anywhere, do anything, just tough looking lever action that's perfect for bear defense or home defense or just for showing off at the range. It seemed to us that, Marlin's dominance in this area was just, without question. Well, guess what? We didn't have this on our 2024 bingo card, but Smith & Wesson has jumped into the lever action game with this new 1854 model, and they really knocked it out of the park. It's pretty amazing. Anytime a company introduces a new gun, it's a very difficult process to execute it correctly, but to do a lever action, which is inherently really complicated. It's got a lot of moving bits and pieces. The timing has to be perfect. There's not much forgiveness in terms of margin for error for operation, and Smith just nailed it. This one is chambered in 44 Magnum and 44 Special, so it's a little bit lighter chambering than the 1895 Dark, but it holds 9+1 rounds, and it is just a pussycat to shoot, even with full bore Magnum loads, which really step out of this thing, out of this 19-inch barrel at a pretty impressive rate. But when you look at the details, that's where you get really impressed with what Smith did. The quality of the machining on this, the ease with which you can load this, they smoothed out the edges here, all the little kind of things that can be a little funky about running a lever action. It's like they've been doing this forever. They have this thing with a traditional looking stock, but they've added M-lock attachments up there so you can accessorize it to your heart's content. It comes with a decent ghost sight, but again, has a little pick rail for mounting an optic, which enhances its ability to kind of reach out with more authority. It's got a threaded muzzle so you can add on a suppressor. It has a cool little magazine tube system here where when this thing is loaded up and you want to unload it, you can take that out and just dump out rounds. That way you don't have to just keep running the action to get it empty. It's got the nicest trigger on a lever action of this type that I've ever seen. It's just fabulous. And here's another thing where Smith has kind of thrown the gauntlet down. It's a couple $100 cheaper than the Marlin. The Marlin comes in at $1,400. This one comes in at $1,200. They're both great values, but I'll tell you what, Marlin can't rest on their laurels anymore. There is another top dog out there looking to be the #1 lever action maker in the market. So, Smith and Marlin and Henry, man, they are in a three-way race. It's really cool to see for lever action guys like me. It's just one of the most kind of appealing things about the new guns of 2024.